നമസ്കാരം, പുതിയൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യാണ്. അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ് വാട്ടർ ക്രെഡിറ്റിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. പാക്കേജ്ഡ് വാട്ടർ ബേക്കർ ബിസ്ലേരി പർപ്പസസ് വാട്ടർ ക്രെഡിറ്റ്സ് akin to carbon credits. Okay, Bistleri has partnered with the Teddy School of Advanced Studies to conduct a study and will share its findings with the central government to develop a framework for water credits for beverages industry. Water credit is a market-based mechanism similar to carbon credits which incentivizes water conservation and quality improvement. Carbon credits are generated by projects that have reduced or avoided or removed carbon emissions. Each credit represents the one less ton of carbon dioxide or another greenhouse gas equivalent to CO2 in atmosphere. Individuals can entities can earn tradable credits by adopting water-saving measures. These credits can then be sold to others needing to offset their water usage to improve their water management practices. Okay, next we have significance of water credits. Addressing water stress can help in achieving SDG 6 clean water and sanitation. In India, 11 out of 15 major river species will be water stressed by 2025 Council on Energy, Environment and Water (CEW). Promote water saving measures can help enhance water use efficiency in agriculture, which is the largest extractor of groundwater. Promote and foster investment in sustainable water management practices. Challenges in implementing water credit system. Unlike carbon emissions, water savings requires specialized approach, factoring and rainfall and consumption at a watershed level. Special limitations for transactions as they are confined to hydrological boundaries, preventing wealthier entities from dominating the market. Potential approach towards the water credit system. A regulatory body must be in place to facilitate and accessibility to maintain free market conditions. Adopt a multiplayer approach. For example, industries can buy water credits from water-rich municipalities, thus helping them mitigate their water consumption. Adopt global best practices to a roadmap for water rating. For instance, water is traded on markets in Moray, Darling Basin, Australia, which helped farmers make more productive use of water. NASA's mission verifier. NASA's launches small climate satellite to measure Earth loss from the Earth's poles. NASA has launched one of the two climate satellites under the Pre-Fire Polar Radiant Energy in the Far Infrared Experiment mission. The Pre-Fire mission consists of two shoebox-sized cube satellites or CubeSats. The mission will ensure the measure how much heat the Arctic and Antarctica radiate into the space and how this influences the planet's climate. It will help the scientists better understand the least budget of the planet. Okay, heat budget of the it is the balance between the amount of heat incoming to Earth from the sun and the amount of heat outgoing from the Earth into the space. Next, we have the factors responsible for the disturbance of heat budget: air, greenhouse gases emissions, reduction in thickness in the ozone layer, melting of glaciers, the impact of imbalance of heat budget. The heat gets accumulated in Earth's components like the atmosphere, land, etc., which is fueling global warming. Melting of ice causes a decrease in Earth's white surface area, leading to less solar energy to be reflected. Lower albedo. Albedo is also reflective of solar radiation from the surface. Ocean absorbs excessive heat, affecting the oceanic circulations like Atlantic, Mediterranean, overturning circulations. Heat budget of the short waves solar radiations and long wave solar radiations. Sustainable development was about 2008. UN Sustainable Development Solution Network (SDGs) is Sustainable Development Report 2084 published by SDGs since 2016. Reports reviews progress made each year on sustainable development goals. SDGs by 193 UN member states. Established in 2012, SDGs works under the UN Secretary General and promotes integrated approaches to implement SDGs as Paris Agreement through education, research, policy analysis, and global cooperation. Key highlights of report: on average, only 16% of the SDG targets are on the track to be met globally by 2030. SDG 2 zero hunger, SDG 11 sustainable cities and communities, SDG 40 life below water, SDG 50 life online, and SDG 16 peace, justice, and strong institutions are particularly off track. SDG progress varies significantly across countries, with the Nordic countries leading BRICS countries making significant progress and poor and vulnerable countries lagging far behind. Finland is ranked first, followed by Sweden and Denmark. India is ranked 109 out of 116 countries with on-track performance in power reduction and quality education targets, while decreasing progress in sustainable cities and climate action targets. New index of support to UN based only addressing UN Iraq's countries based on their agreements with the UN system board borders. Iraq's highest, India set 139th balance price, while US rank class. Recommendations by UNSGS on sustainable development agenda should remain in the core of global cooperations to 2050 and should be properly financed. Strengthen the UN agency along with the systematic monitoring of UN-based multilateralism, enhancing multilateral governance of technological risk, and ensures universal access to wide technologies and R&D capacities. Establishing the UN Parliamentary Assembly and reform UN Security Council through adding India as a permanent member and adoption of procedures to override the veto. The Sustainable Development Goals report also details significant challenges the world is facing in making substantial strides towards achieving the SDGs. It has been released by the United Nations Statistical Division UNESCO's Greening Education Partnership. UNESCO's launched the two new tools: new greening curriculum guidance (CGG) and new green school quality standards (QCGS) under the Greening Education Partnership. New CGG, a practical manner providing for the first time a common understanding of what climate education should consist of and how countries can mainstream environment topics across curricula with the detailed explanation learning outputs. New GSQs it sets minimum requirements on how to create a green school by promoting an action-oriented approach. About the Greening Education Partnership, it is a global initiative comprising 80 member states and supports countries to tackle the climate crisis by harnessing the critical role of education, objective to ensure all learners acquire knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, and actions to tackle climate change and to promote sustainable development. Pillars of green education: greening schools to ensure that all schools achieve green school accreditation and address climate change through their teaching facilities and operations. Greening curriculum integrate climate education into core curricula, technical and vocational education and training, workplace skill development, etc. Greening teacher training and education system capacity, integration of climate education in building capacity of school areas, greening communities, strengthening community resilience through community learning centers and learning cities. Okay, education and climate change have 50% of 100 countries in recent UNESCO survey. I have no mention of climate change in their curriculum. 70% of the young people could not explain the climate disruption. A higher level of education tends to be associated with a higher probability of to engage in adaptation and action. Increasing girls' education can mitigate climate change indirectly through its impact on demographic growth. Greening education, the national education policy tools and infuse climate literacy into mainstream social integrated environmental awareness of folk water, resource conservation in curricula, inclusion of traditional ways of learning and sustainable practices. Use nature restoration plan NRB. Okay, European Union approves NRB is first of its kind. It's a continent quite a comprehensive law that forms part of the EU's European Green Deal. Okay, aims for net zero emissions of greenhouse gases by 2050. Okay, key features: aim contained civil tank restoration and targeting for long-term recovery of nature in EU's land and sea areas. It seeks to recover at least 20% of the EU's land and sea areas by 2030 and ultimately all ecosystem in need of restoration by 2050. Focus areas covers existing legislation for wetlands, forests, grasslands, etc., pollinating insects, forest ecosystem, etc. Implementation through national restoration of lands of the EU countries. Global soil partnership with GSP. GSP Assembly calls for urgent actions to improve and maintain health of at least 50% of the world's soil by 2030 at 12th in session hosted by FAO. Our World Soil Partnership was established in 2012 by the Food and Agriculture Organization as a mechanism to develop a strong interactive partnership and enhance collaboration and synergy of efforts between all stakeholders. It aims to position soils on global agenda, promote inclusive policies and soil governance as well as a sustainable soil management. Okay, 50th year of the Crocodile Conservation Project. India launched its Crocodile Conservation Project in Odisha's Bhitarnika National Park in 1975 with the assistance of the United Nations Development Program (UNDP) and the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO). Crocodiles are largest surviving species of the vertebrate class reptilian habitat except for one saltwater species. Crocodiles live in freshwater swamps, lakes and rivers. Behave as nocturnal animal and are poikilothermic, regulate their body temperature only to limited degree. There are the three main species of crocodiles in India: sea table, major threats, habitat destruction, exploitation, illegal poaching and dam construction and sand mining. Okay, next we have the species and description. Australian or saltwater crocodile is largest living reptile on Earth. IUCN lists concerns rescued one of the wildlife protection act 1978 WBA series sites habitats for natural habitat found in the only three locations within Events and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Mugger or marsh crocodiles is a crocodile. Board snouts, diggy burrows or holes for testing purpose. IUCN vulnerable schedule one of the WBA sites. Appendix 1. It is present in the 15th of the states, including much of the Ganga River and drainage. Gavel Ganga is named Barrel bulbous at the end of the year. Long and narrow snouted primarily eats fish. IUCN critically endangered schedule one of the WBA sites. Appendix 1. Inhabited freshwater was a Chavel, Gurva, Gorga, Gagra, and Sona and Gandaka. Bardar National Park located in Odisha. It is in India's second largest mangrove ecosystem after the Sundarbans. It is Ramsar. It is essentially a network of creeks and canals which are inundated with the waters from rivers. Okay, Brahmani and Baitarni and Dambra and Patarsha. Along the largest congregation of saltwater crocodile along with the water monitor. These are pythons and hyenas, etc. Microalgae, CSIR, IICT site is highlighted microalgae potential as a protein supplement about microalgae diverse group of single cell photosynthetic organisms both for prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay. Okay, these are the groups of autotrophic microorganisms that lives in marine freshwater as well as ecosystem with significant nutrition. These are rich in nutrients and biologically active substances such as proteins, vitamins, etc. Carbon cycle they absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen through photosynthesis. Food chain, phytoplankton which forms the base of the food chain includes microalgae, Iberian Linux, paradise. According to the IUCN conservation status of Iberian Linux has improved from endangered to vulnerable, reflecting a significant increase in its population. About Iberian Linux, okay, habitat medium-sized wildcat species native to Iberian Peninsula in southern Western Europe, including Portugal and Spain. Appearance we say about the half as much as Eurasian species with long legs, short tail with a back tip, tough ears and relatively small head. A characteristic solitary hunter, nocturnal or crepuscular, may temporarily become diurnal during winter. Live in small isolated meta population. European rabbit accounts for 80 to 92% of its threats of decreasing food, basic poaching, habitat loss, etc. Conservation site Abacanex, one of the sites. Pench Tiger Reserve, advanced artificial AI system for early detection of forest fires has been launched into Pench Tiger Reserve. Pench Tiger Reserve locations spread across the states of Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh in lower southern regions of Satpura Hills. Okay, background status of National Park 1975 and Tiger Reserve 1980 forest services South Indian tropical moist deciduous Southern tropical rice teak and southern dry mixed deciduous. French River divides it into the two halves of Flora Maho, White Kulu, Salai Sacha, Bichser, and the Aura Amalta, such as the fauna, Degar Leopard, South Bear, Indian Gore, Wild Dog, by its wolf, etc. It also finds mention in Aini Bikar. And it is the original setting at the Rudera Complex, most famous of all the Jungle Book of the Bhuans, Panjayat, and NDM 5.0 million, Mr. of State and Science and Technology to launch 2 geoportals in Bhuans, Panjayat 4.9 national database for management, Arab emergency management, NDM 5.0 national levels, cost geospatial databases for these 2 portals are created by the strong about Bhuan, Panjayat 4.0 is an online geospatial data and services dissemination platform. Objective, integrate and use space-based information governance and research initiatives for spatial planning at Gram Panchayat levels. About NDM 5.0, it promotes a comprehensive geospatial database for entire country for situational assessment and effective decision making during disasters, emergency situation. Heat cities across southern and western states in the USA are facing heat waves due to the weather phenomenon known as heat dome. About heat dome, it is a weather phenomenon where a ridge of high pressure gets stuck in the atmosphere. It traps hot air that expands vertically into the atmosphere and high pressure pushes it towards the ground. Okay, winds usually move from high pressure but with the dome stretching far into the atmosphere. These weather systems become almost stationary. The social issues, filing public examination systems. Okay, recent concerns around the NEET, UG and UG examination conducted by the National Testing Agency is serious concerns surrounding the parallel public examination among the students and academic circles. Controversy began on an alleged paper leak case during the conduct of the NEET, UG exam on May 25, 25, 2024 and a consequent outrage over inflation of marks of 1,560 students were comprehensive for loss of time. Later on June 13, Union Education Minister ordered the cancellation of the UGC United 2024 following inputs that the exams integrity may have been compromised. In this background, Indian Education Minister also constituted a high-level committee led by the former ISRO chairman and Dr. K. Radhakrishnan to perform National Testing Agency established in 2007 by Union Minister of Education MOE for Society Registration Act of 1860 objective to conduct efficient, transparent and international standards test in order to assess the competency of candidates for admission and recruitment process. Examination conducted by India entrance examination JEE Main, NEET, UG, CMAT, etc. Assessment of 4 fellowships, UGC NET. Okay, record role of the NDA in policy making. NDA will have a huge policy making repository of data of students' performance which can have analyzed to inform policy makers about corrective measures required for improving teaching and learning. Okay, so reasons for failure examination system in India. Systemic is to a single national exam such as NEET for medical admission which doesn't account for social educational context. Okay, raise concerns about the equitable assessment, political influence in examination conducting agency through appointments to key positions, lack of autonomy, etc. result in compromise to decision making and potential manipulation of exam processes, policy instability including frequent changes in exam patterns or eligibility criteria which creates a confusion and mistrust for education, exam introduction and subsequent removal of upper age limits for NEET. Okay, there have been cases of high-level corruption in exam boards, including allegation of bribery for leaking papers for manipulating exam. Example, we have no scam in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, culturally, in some parts of India, there is a degree of social acceptance of cheating in exams. After USA, we have overcome systemic disadvantage. Exam incidents of mass cheating reported from Bihar. High-stakes exams are often seen as life-changing events, leading someone to justify cheating as a mean to, and the active participants of parents are related. So, technological advancement in technology such as the Bluetooth devices and smartwatches have made sophisticated cheating methods more accessible. Delicate security measures, including lack of effective encryption, not secure transmission methods for digital question papers, expose to digital copies of question paper and or to unauthorized access. Potential implications of failure of public exam, social repeated leaks and cancellation of examination can result in erosion of public trust and widespread skepticism about the exam's fairness. Okay, widening social inequalities is disadvantaged students offer more from research accelerating existing social disparities, mental health issues among the students and parents or uncertainties and risk can cause significant anxiety shift in social values as repeated scandals may normalize cheating affecting social ethics. Okay, economic direct financial losses. Okay, due to conduct of re-examinations incur significant cost of the government and examinations conducted in police, potential brain drain due to loss of faith in domestic exam which may drive more students to seek education abroad, leading to economic losses. Political exam scandals can lead to hostility. Policy changes driven by political pressures rather than educational policy issues with the national level public exams can accelerate federal tensions between central and state governments. Exam disagreement between center and states over the implementation of NEET. Mishandling and failure of public examinations can affect the public perception of governance efficiency, institutional deterioration of professional standards due to the failure of examination to properly exercise candidates resulting in less qualified individuals and entering the professional ways. Perpetuation of cycle of mediocrity when incompetent professions become future verifications or evaluators perpetuate the cycle of poor quality and education and assessment. The burden of training of employees and efficiency. Professional bodies as they may need to invest more in the training of bridge the competency gap. Okay, public examination prevents of unfair means of activism and objective to bring greater responsibility, fairness and credibility with the public examination system, standing pressure of the youth that their sincere and genuine efforts will be fairly rewarded and their future is safe. Key professions coverage examination held by the Union Public Service Commission, the Staff Selection Commission, Railways, National Testing Agency, etc. defines unfair means which includes unauthorized access to leak or leakage of question paper or answer key, assisting a candidate during a public examination, tampering with the computer knowledge, network or resources, conducting like examination, etc. Punishments for persons responding to unfair means imprisonment for a term not less than 3 years, but which they may extend to 5 years and leading to fine up to rupees 10 lakh rupees. Okay, for service provided or any personal group committing organized crime in possession of fine up to rupees 1 crore, imprisonment up to rupees 10 years of or proportionate cost of examination shall not be recovered from it. All offences shall be cognizable and non-bailable and non-compoundable. In pursuance of the Act, Union Minister of Personal Public Grievance and Pensions has notified public examination preventions of unfair means rules 2024. Key provisions of the rules included when in charge to take inappropriate action, including filing an FIR, it prima facie case of unfair means of offence against conduct public examination is reported. A committee should be constituted by the Public Examination Authority if there is involvement of management of board or directors of service providers conducting except periodic reporting of all incidents of unfair means or offences in conduct of public examination to Public Examination Authority by regional officer along with the details of action taken. Okay. Therefore, improving exam design, emphasize more on assessing critical thinking and application skills rather than one learning by introducing diverse questions, formats, and practical assessments. Exam incorporating project-based assessment in addition to higher education institution, security measures, formulation and implementation of strictly protocols for handling and distribution of the question papers by examinations or conducting bodies. It can include measures such as real-time monitoring of exam centers, like use of encrypted digital lockers to storing question papers, etc. Institutional reforms established the independent statutory body for overseeing public examination to reduce political interference in examination boards and testing agencies. Decentralization and customization allow more state-level input in national exams and introduce adaptive testing to address regional disparities and better assess individuals. Innovation Global Gender Gap Report 2024. The report is released by the World Economic Forum (WEF). It is based on the Global Gender Gap Index (GCGA), which annually benchmarks the current state and evolution of gender parity based on 4 indicators across the 4 key dimensions. The percentage of the gender gap was at the date of 2024. The Global Gender Gap Index is 68.5%, economic participation and opportunity sub-index 60.5%, education attainment sub-index 94.9%, health and survival sub-index 96%, political empowerment sub-index 22.5%. Okay. Key findings: global among 146 countries in Iceland, Finland, Norway, New Zealand, and Sweden are the top 5 countries. The share of women in parliamentary positions has shown as almost underrepresented positive trajectory since 2006. At the current rate of progress, it will take 134 years to reach full parity. Women constitute 28.2% of the STEM workforce and 47.3% of the non-STEM workforce. India was ranked 129th, ranked in 127 in 21 and 5th in South Asia after Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bhutan. Next, we have the small declines in education attainment and political empowerment with while economic participation opportunities slightly improved. Shares of women are high in primary, secondary, and tertiary education enrollment. The recommended achieving gender parity by 2030 would require a collective investment of rupees $1.370 billion. By targeted innovations are ensuring equitable access to emerging technological competences are needed. Business need to have effect diversity, equity, and inclusion of policies and upskilling. Gender inequality index (GII) released by the UNDP. It is also a composite metric of gender inequality based on the 3 dimensions: reproductive health, empowerment, and labor market. UNICEF releases Child Nutrition Report 2023. The report reveals severe child food poverty. CFP defined as a children's inability to access and consume a nutritious and diverse diet in early childhood, first 5 years of life. Globally, key findings. Okay, prevalence 27% of the children live in a severe CFP globally. In India, 24% of the children suffer from the severe CFP and second highest burden in South Asia after Afghanistan. Okay, poor and unhealthy foods are becoming entrenched in public. Children's right replacing nutritious income and CFP. Severe CFP affects children in both poor and non-poor households. And again, income is not only the driving factor. Causes growing inequalities, conflict and climate crisis combined with rising food prices, the overburdens of the unhealthy foods, harmful food marketing strategies, and poor child feeding practices. Recommendations: strengthen the data system to assess the severity of CFP, transform food system to make nutritious food accessible, affordable, and desirable option for all failing young children, leverage health system to deliver essential nutrition services, including counseling on child feeding. Okay, in this initiative, sections Anganwadi and post-abortion 2.0 focus on material nutrition, infant and young child feeding, nurses and introducing millets in midday meal scheme, renamed as the PM motion scheme. Okay, pressure on the CFP to meet the minimum diversity for healthy growth and development. Children need to consume foods from at least 5 out of the 8 defined groups. Measurement of child food poverty. Okay, in children, if children for 0 to 2 groups, they are living in a severe child food poverty. 3 to 4 food groups, they are living in a moderate child food poverty. 5 or more food groups, they are not living in the child food poverty. Okay, breast milk, grains, roots, tubers, and maintenance, pulses, nuts and seeds, dairy products, fresh foods, meat, poultry and fish, eggs, vitamin B, air, rich fruits and vegetables, other fruits and vegetables. Okay, next we have the child labor. 25th anniversary of the International Labour Organization number 82. It was observed recently. Convention number 81 leads to the first forms of child labor and the first ILO conventions to be universally ratified. In the ratified in the along with the convention one which deals with the minimum age of employment. Okay, prevalence of child labor in India as per the census 2011, 9.1 million children, 3.9% of the total child population are working either as a main worker as a marginal worker. Okay. Next we have the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh constitute nearly 50% of all working children in the child labor mostly processed in agriculture, household industries, roadside tapes, etc. Reasons for child labor in India: what forces families to rely on the children labor to make their ends meet. Lack of quality education increase the likelihood of children entering the workforce prematurely. Disasters, conflicts and mass migration lead to economic instability and disrupt families, exposing children to labor. A demand for cheap labor in various industries such as agriculture, domestic and work. A lack of experience, legislation and enforcement of laws. Next, we have the government measures to prevent child labor. Constitutional provision. Article 24 prohibits the employment of children below the age of 14 years in any factory, line or hazardous occupation. Article 39 requires the states to direct its policy towards ensuring that the health and strength of workers, men and women, and the tender age of children is not forbidden. The legal framework child labor prohibition regulation amendment act to 16 prohibits the engagement of children below 14 years and all occupations and of all adolescents below 18 years in a hazardous occupation. Food policy report. The report released by the International Food Policy Research Institute (FEAPR) is themed around the food system for healthy diets and nutrition. The key finding: climate change and biodiversity loss can have complex and interconnected effects on diets, affecting food availability, diversity, etc. More than 2 billion people, many of them in Africa and South Asia, cannot afford a healthy diet. Like around 32% of the Indian populations are eating unhealthy foods. Okay, as a result of poor diet, 69.6% of Indians suffer from the malnutrition. About FBR established Chinese it is a research center of the Consortium of International Agricultural Research Centers. Okay, migration and development brief 2015. The brief was released by the World Bank e-Highlights Remittance. Revenues flows to low and middle income countries. LMIC is recently to 656 billion. Top 5 recipient countries: India to 120 billion, followed by Mexico, China, Philippines, and Pakistan. Migration top destination countries: US, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Ukraine. Okay, rare origin countries for 18.5 million immigrants, followed by Ukraine, China, Mexico, and Venezuela. Largest migration corridor: US, Mexico, to US. Next, we have Science and Technology. Quantum Science and Technology wine is region designated 2025 to be International Year of Quantum Science and Technology. More of the year 2025 was used and was recognized 100 years since the initial development of quantum mechanics. German physicist Werner Heisenberg published the famous paper which related to the discovery of phenomenon called as quantum mechanics. It is a global initiative that aims to strengthen national capacities in the basic science and science education. Also, it highlights the contribution of quantum science in our increased knowledge and understanding of the physical universe, as well as the critical role of quantum science and technology in developing sustainable solutions. About quantum mechanics as the key applications. Quantum mechanics explains how extremely small objects simultaneously have the characteristics of both particles, tiny pieces of matter, and wave disturbance of variation that transfer energy. Quantum computing and simulation uses qubits, typically subatomic particles, as a basic unit of information instead of binary bits. In healthcare and well-being, quantum proteomics is advancing medical imaging and diagnostic, and quantum chemistry is supporting the development of new vaccines and drugs. Quantum computing, along with artificial intelligence, AI, can process vast amounts of data and perform complex calculations rapidly. Optimism in logistics and supply chain by effectively solving complex optimization problems such as route planning and inventory management. Quantum communication, it includes post-quantum cryptography or quantum proof cryptography and quantum key distribution QKD. QKD uses a series of photos or transmitted secret random sequence known as they. Quantum sensing and methodology uses individual practices such as photons and neutral electrons as highly sensitive sensors in current technologies related to measurement of forces, gravitation, electric fields. Quantum material and devices design and synthesis of quantum materials such as superconductors, superconductors, structures, and topographical materials for the fabrication of quantum devices. Quantum energy engineering is leading to more energy efficient and affordable solar cells and low emission LED light sources and improving accuracy of long-term climate models. Okay, India's initiatives in the field of quantum technology. National Quantum Mission 2020 aims to see a natural and scale up scientific and industrial R&D to create a vibrant and innovative ecosystem in quantum technology. Quantum enabled science and technology QSET, a research program to build quantum capabilities. Quantum computing applications lab QCL to accelerate quantum computing-led research and development and enable new scientific discoveries. Other initiative national mission on quantum technologies and applications and QSIM National Quantum Computer Simulator Toolkit. Quantum Frontier Mission of Prime Minister Science, Technology and Innovation Controversial Council BM STIAC, estimating above dedicated labs and centers at a military engineering institute and MHO in Madhya Pradesh. India in physical economy is the smallest possible discrete unit of any physical property. It usually refers to properties of atomic or subatomic particles such as electronics, neutronics, and neutrinos and photons. Neutrinos.